Current software traps information into information silos, making it difficult to refine and reuse your own content. Michel Beaudouin-Lafon gave a vision talk in WIST conference 2 years ago, talking about a world without apps. You should check it out. Knowledge workers also face a second problem. With all the information scattered around in the digital world, they have a hard time capturing and maintaining the source of information, known as information provenance. Today, we're going to take a close look at those two problems and show you how we approach them. So how do we start? We start with lead users. MIT professor Eric von Hippel has done years of research in innovation management. And what his research has shown is that lead users are a great source of innovation because their situation and tasks are often complicated, so they have to innovate to push the boundary of technology. So we ask ourselves, who are the lead users of knowledge work? How about patent examiners? Examining an intellectual property sounds pretty complicated to me. So we collaborate with a large European patent institution and we interviewed 1,000 patent examiners to understand their process. And here's what we got. I know, it's pretty complicated, but here are two takeaway messages. First, they all have difficulty using specialized softwares to manage text from multiple documents across interconnected activities, such as reading, searching, noting, writing, and reviewing. Second, they all have difficulty manually tracking the provenance of their information. But is this only limited to patent examiners? So we conducted a second study with scientists, another example of lead users, to study their literature review process. Our research has shown similar findings. Given the importance of knowledge work in today's world, we think we should do something about it. But instead of creating another app, thus another information silos, we create a new type of interactive object that can work with multiple apps while maintaining the provenance information from different sources. It works with the document viewer app where you can collect information that are interesting to you. It works with the spreadsheets and free-form Canvas app where you can organize the information that's the way that makes sense to you. It works with the search engine app where you can quickly determine the relevancy of the information and collect it directly from the search results. It works with the text editor apps where you can easily cite the evidence to back up your claims. This all sounds great, isn't it? But there's one more thing. Because no one wants to write documents that are painful to read. So on top of all that, when you share your document with your colleagues, they can also get access to all the cited information with a single click at the exact location they were cited with the exact quote already selected. And we are calling this interactive object passages. And now let's put it all together and see what you can do with it in a real-life scenario. My colleague Wessel just sent me 3 research articles about pointing technique, a fundamental research topic in human-computer interaction, and she wanted me to compare those articles. So I'm just gonna first open those 3 articles in my viewer app, and I'm just gonna go to read the first one, area cursor. I'm gonna scroll down, and I see an interesting passage, so I'm just gonna select it. And I make the passage, and I will type my notes. Sounds good, and I'll continue scroll down, and continue read. Oh, there's another passage, so let me just select it. And I will make another notes called clutter. So maybe a few days later, I want to check my notes. So I have my notes on my side here, and to see the note, I just click the first one, and I can see my passage get highlighted directly in the document. Let's say I have read all 3 research articles and collect my passages, and I want to compare them. So I open them in the table application, just like spreadsheets. And on my left-hand side, I have all the collected passages already categorized by their source papers for me. And to organize my passages, I'm just going to simply drag and drop them into the table like this. Just drag and drop. And last one, let's say it one more time. Drag and drop. And I can also rename this column area cursor. So instead of dragging the passage one by one, I can also drag the paper title directly, just like this. So I can drag the paper title into the column. So what this does, it will move all the passages from that paper into the right column. So let's see it one more time. I can drag it to the right column. It's not pretty clear to me about difference among those papers. Let me just go ahead and write short summary to my colleague Michel to tell her about it. But before I do that, I don't want to start from a blank page. So I already have my table here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to click this button called Export by Row. And here it is. So what this does is to export all the content from my table directly to my editor to create the initial draft. Isn't it really cool? I can also trace down some of the citations here and double click it to see the original content. As I'm writing my summary, I recall missing information. So I'm just going to go ahead and take it. And so I'm just going to go open my viewer here. And I'm just going to open the second paper. Oh, here it is. I can collect it and make it a passage. And what I can do is I can drag it outside of my viewer window directly to my editor. Here it is. And I can also include it by dragging it up into my text area to include the passage. So what I'm showing here is a seamless transition of passages across different apps. Now I'm pretty happy about my draft. Let me just send it to Whistle. So I can export as a HTML. Just going to do that. And I will send it.
Oh, I just received Han's review. Let's check what he did. I can easily drag and drop it in the reader to see the review. That seems really interesting. This part seems interesting. I'm gonna check the document source by double-clicking it. That's interesting, but it still needs to be discussed with Han, so I'm gonna save it on the side. This last bit seems interesting too. I'm gonna save it too so I can discuss it with Han when we meet.
It is all pretty cool about passages, but does it work? We did a design walkthrough with patent examiners to gather feedback. Here's what one of them said about passages.
What I like is the concept of dealing with snippets and communicating through these snippets. So I think it's elegant. It's an elegant way of dealing with it.
We also tested passages in an observational study with scientists. And results have shown that they largely reuse the collected passages in terms of both content and structure, and they use the table to discover more insights across documents. To conclude, I hope you get a feeling of how fluid and flexible passages is so you can work with your own content using any applications you like. We believe passages offer a simple but a powerful approach to support today's complex knowledge work and offers a general approach to interact with text.